Heaven and hell tremble at the mention of his name. From the realm of oblivion, he transcends the boundaries of good and evil and blurs the line between justice and vengeance. He is the wraith of vengeance. He is Absolver. Welcome to Aram Sajitam Books and Comics, where I discuss my favorite characters and stories in comic books, TVs, and movies. Today is part one of my Halloween with KONKRET Comics. It will be a short series, three-part series, where I will discuss and review some of the best KONKRET comics for Halloween. KONKRET Comics is a 7-time award-winning indie comic book publishing company. It was founded in 2019, and in its 6 years of publishing, KONKRET has created an ever-growing connected universe of some of the best characters and stories in all of comics. Everything I am sharing with you today is available for purchase on the KONKRET Comics website. I will leave the link in the description. So let's get into the discussion of Absolver. So Absolver is a tragic story, supernatural story, and it's one of my favorite from KONKRET. What I'm going to review today is a 6-part story arc collected in this one trade pack volume. Again, I'll leave the link in the website for the website of KONKRET Comics. These are available to be purchased now. Or if you prefer to purchase the single issues, they're available on the website as well. So again, this is a 4-issue story arc, the original 4-issue story arc, Absolver from KONKRET Comics, and the creator and writer is Jamel Leslie. And he has some original storytelling, some great innovations in how he wants to present his story. The line artist includes Gaurav Srivastav. Colorist is Alihosa Tomek. The letters are done by Matteo Zanetti, and the editor is Camille Danthier. So, Absolver, again, is a tragic story. It's a cross of supernatural, corporate greed, and some just all-around baddies. It takes place in the KONKRET universe, a universe full of other superheroes, and the Absolver had a tragic death, life taken too early, life taken in a tragic criminal way. So not only is he seeking vengeance for his own life that was wrongly taken, but he also is the protector and the avenger of the innocent and those who are taken advantage of by the evil. Again, this is supernatural. It deals with the dark underbelly of the KONKRET universe, not just with dark underbelly of crime, dealing with the supernatural forces that threaten the world of KONKRET. So this is a comic book that's for ages 16 and older. It is violent, and it has some scary parts, and but it's wonderful storytelling. The stories connect greatly. In the first issue, we are introduced first, for the very first time, this wraith of vengeance, this absolver of crimes committed, supernatural crimes, any crime. He has a similar approach in who he goes after to say Ghost Rider from Marvel Comics. Very powerful. He works off the fears of people. And just take a look at the beautiful art. It's just this incredible artwork. Some great stories. he is joined by kind of a guide, a sidekick, if you will, who she herself had a tragic death. She herself is a sort of angel or wraith of vengeance. And she's here to guide him along to assist him. And as I said in my opening, and as it says on the cover of the book, both heaven and hell fear him because some of the bad actors are from heaven. There are some bad angels. Unlike traditional biblical presentations of the goodliness and purity of angels, some of these angels are operating with not great concern for humans and operating very selfishly and operating under the guise of gaining power. So Absolver deals with righteous or righteous indignation or the self-righteousness of the beings or the agents of heaven who are only out for their own, and deals with the evilness that may come from hell. And he's investigating the murders of his own death. He's trying to help those in need. He's solving a mystery of what's going on, and he comes across a larger connection, a larger cabal with angels from heaven who have teamed up with demons of hell to make Earth a place of chaos and their own playground and divvy it up the Earth for their own separate kingdoms of power. We see corporate crime. Corporate agents are involved with this, who are part of this. And I liken these stories to if you cross Ghost Rider with Spawn and put it in the context or the universe of the old Supernatural TV show with the Winchester's brother, this would fit in there with those kind of stories. He comes across some baddies, some new characters who will eventually have their own comic books are introduced in here. He goes after priests and bishops and church folk who have who do no good. Goes after them who, under the guise of religion or church or God, or do evil things. He comes across other supernatural beings. There's a great story in here where angels from heaven come down to try to capture him. And it's a very bloody scene of battle and fighting. The Absolver is not invincible. Does have his weaknesses. He does have to take time to heal. And these are his first adventures where he's kind of learning and dealing with his new powers. So he's kind of a new to this. So he's kind of wading through his new superpowers. There's some great stories in here, some dark episodes. Look at this splash page. Look at this. This is the Absolver in Oblivion, as they call it. Their realm of hell is called Oblivion. You get some backstory. Here's the scene I mentioned just a minute ago where demons are teaming up with angels to bring down the Absolver. And it's a brutal scene, brutal fighting. And then there's an even third party involved behind the scenes who's playing and pitting everybody against everybody else for their own dark means. So, great story, great read for Halloween. If you like the demonic, if you like Spawn, mixed with Ghost Rider, going after supernatural beings, the hypocrisy of heaven's angels who only are looking after their own power and their own greed, mankind's greed and self-interest in the corporate dark underbelly of our world. Absolver is a great first story arc, some great characters, great, beautiful artwork. I recommend this. Go to the KONKRET website, buy the single issues, buy the trade paperback. It is worthy of its read. Concrete is an indie comic book that's making waves. The company's making waves in the comic book world, and Absolver is a great start, especially for this time of year. So if you like my video, please subscribe, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next.